Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been such a long time since I've been able to make a live stream just chatting with you guys. So that's what this is going to be. And I guess all my videos here are kind of like just live thoughts. I don't prepare any notes or whatever. It's just what I want to get out there. And I try to keep it short because otherwise I'll babble on forever. So it's just what the title states, right? So now we're going to talk about what I've learned, things of the pros and cons from me working literally 4 jobs minimum in the last 5 months. So, and if you are new here, I've technically been working 3 jobs already for the last few years of my life. Before the pandemic, I would go one job by one job. And when I was younger, like even going through college, I would have like moments where I had 2 jobs. So I pretty much am pretty good at multitasking and having different jobs throughout my life. It's something I'm used to. Um, but this is just me taking it to the maximum. Like, there could not be an extra plate that I can handle at this moment. I have literally maxed myself out in terms of energy. I could not do another job at this point. And yeah, never done that to myself before. Highly do not recommend. Do not recommend what I am doing to any of you guys out there, but I do want to tell you just kind of like what I've learned through it in case anyone has ever been curious what it's like to work 24/7 every hour of the day as I am awake. So, I guess I'll talk about the 4 jobs. So, the fourth one, which I've just taken up, is Whatnot. If you are new to it and you want to help a sister out, definitely go down into the description box below and use my link for Whatnot. Because in that way, I can get a $10 referral credit when you decide to sign up. If you do decide to sign up, it's just like a live sales app, kind of like what you see on TikTok. And just me doing live sales, and I host for that. So whatever you choose to buy, you could bid up for it, and then there's like wheel spinnings. But most of the time, I do like auctions where the bid will start at $1, and they'll show you the item, whether it's like a blind box or a power bank, right? So that's kind of how it works. But that's like the fourth gig I took up about 5 months ago, give or take. Before that gig, I was already doing 3 things. So one, day trading, swing trading, call it self investment. I don't really know how to explain it, to be honest. I just trade and I make money on my own, no teams or whatever. Just I do it myself. I trade my own stocks, my own crypto, my own options, self learned. Um, and that's that. So that would be like my first thing that I've done and I've always done for a while. And the second job, is it the second? Yeah, the second job, even though I call it a hobby, which is this social media, technically it is a job because when I'm making my videos, whether I do it for joy or to make money, I'm monetized. Not on this channel. So appreciate you being here. But I am monetized on my main channel, which you can find down in the description below. Living with Lucy, the Lucy Show, all that. So I've been doing that also for a few years, being monetized. So that's my second job. Although I would see myself doing the second thing forever, even if it wasn't for the money. It's not like I make millions of dollars doing that. Even if it wasn't for the money, I would always do this just because I have a passion for it. I think it's not just about the money when I make videos like this. Like, even if only one person watches, but someone takes something away from it or is happier after having watched one of my videos or one of my short, silly videos, which I have thousands of, or a game video, it just makes me happy. Like, that brings me joy in life. So even if I always say, if I win the lottery, I'd still be making videos. Yeah. So that's my number 2 gig. Number 3 is something I started about almost 3 years now. Almost 3 years. I've been doing eBay and a bunch of other e-commerce platforms, basically just selling online items that I get and I resell online. Some are new, some are even used. Like, I've sold items for others where it's just clothing that they no longer want, and then we split the profit in our own way. And yeah, so that's my third job. And the fourth one would be hosting. And together, I am at well over 6-figure line, which Sounds great. It is great. And I think like teenage me would be like freaking out right now because it's something that I never really pictured for my life. Like when I was a kid, I never pictured like this much money. Like even 100K, right? Like $100,000 a year. Flashback to like when I was a teenager, it sounds like a lot of money. It is still a lot of money, but honestly, with in California, with inflation, with crazy high prices of housing, it's a lot, but it's also like not enough. So it's a weird, to be honest, a bittersweet feeling where I'm so grateful for where I'm at in this moment in life. And I know that, sure, compared to a lot of other people in the world, period, especially different parts of the world, not in the US, it's a great blessing to even have a YouTube channel and be able to monetize off making silly little videos. Like that always boggles my mind. So I am always thankful, always grateful. But at the same time, just the truth is, like having at one point thought that this is like impossible for me, um because I'm not like an engineer. I have friends that are like in tech or makes a lot of money doing high level management or luxury companies, working for a big company making well over like six figures for many years. It's just something that I never really picture for myself because I'm like, oh, like you're not a doctor, you're not a lawyer, not really highly skilled, didn't get your master's. So, like, there's really no chance that I would ever get to this point. And so I'm really, really happy that I have. It means anything is possible, which is something I've always believed in. I always believe that anything is possible, even though it's not something I believed for myself. Like I could make this much money. Um, I did always believe that anything is possible. And if you try really hard, you can really, you're halfway there by believing that you can even do something great. Um, so there's that. Really, really thankful and happy about it. But at the same time, I think there's just, there's a lot that I have to pretty much give up to get to this point. And I'm still doing it, which means I guess I can still function at this current moment in time after 5 months of giving myself four things to do. I can still function, I can still survive. Um, and so I'm okay with doing it. But I just don't know how long I could do this for, to be honest, because it is a lot on my body. Like the first month of taking on this fourth thing, the live sales, it was much easier because I just felt like my body had a lot to give, right? Like all this energy. It was like new to me. And I could give all this energy for 1 month, 2 months. And I think it was really the third month of doing live sales every single day, which you can find clips on this channel. I think every single week, about 4 hours a day minimum, to some days I do 8 hours for the last 5 months of my life. The third month is really when it, I think, hit. And I was like, wow, like, first off, listen to my voice. My voice did not sound like this 5 months ago. I naturally have like a weaker, I think, like vocal cord period. So, like, when I talk a lot, I do talk a lot doing live streams and videos and stuff like that. And I just talk a lot in my regular life. Um, Talking a lot, I do lose my voice every now and then. So I feel like my vocal cords are just weaker than other people. But then now straining it to this maximum of doing so many shows every day and talking so much, it has really caused me to feel more tired. And I didn't believe it at first because like my family members would be like, "Oh my god, you're talking so much, like you're going to be really, really tired. You're going to really feel it soon." And I'm like, "No, I won't." I'm like, "It's just talking." I'm like, "It's not like I'm lifting heavy boxes for 5 hours a day or 4 hours a day." I'm like, "I'm just talking." Well, talking really does get tiring. So, and I'm like not just talking, I have to like move around products and like you have to think and try to figure out what would sell well, interact with the chat. So like it is a lot on your brain and on like here. So basically everything here, I feel heated every time I'm doing those like live shows, which don't get me wrong, I still love. Like I still love what I do, but it is very, very tiring. So I feel like after 5 months of doing it, I really feel the like I'm trading my trading my energy, aka my health, my life force in a sense, for money. Like there's no really other way to put it except I am, and I think that's in a sense what everyone does, right? I think like at the end of the day, everyone, doesn't matter what job you do, whether you're a doctor or an accountant or a teacher, you are getting up for work, most likely in the morning time. You're getting up for work, you're going to work, and you are spending your energy, your time in order to make a living. So, in a sense, you can like, there's still passion. You can be passionate about it. It's not about how you feel about your job. At the end of the day, you wouldn't go if it's free, right? Or some people do volunteer. But most people out there are getting a paycheck, trading their time and their energy. So I really feel like even though I'm gaining in terms of like money, I am losing in terms of my vocal cords. I love karaoke. I can't even do a karaoke session with any of my friends anymore. And speaking of which, it's not just my health. Um, it's also, I guess I'm talking more about the negatives right now. Trading health for money is, I guess, what I feel like for all jobs, but especially what I've been doing in the last 5 months. That's definitely a huge negative. Another negative would basically be barely any time to myself. Barely any time for myself. Like I cannot even read a book that I bought for leisure because I just don't have the time to do it. Because every second, if I'm not working for someone else, I'm working for me, or I am focusing on a customer or responding back to a customer. So, or I am trying to list, or I'm trying to post a video. Listing meaning for like an eBay listing or like another platform doing e-commerce, you have to list a lot because if you don't list an item, how are you going to sell that item? And right now I have a lot of items backed up that I haven't listed. So no time for me because all the time is spent on these 4 gigs. So no time for yourself. And then another hit is socially. I definitely am seeing, honestly, I didn't really see friends that much when I was working the 3 jobs. So now it's just plus another one, even less time. So I'm like seeing people even less. So those are definitely 3 major negatives to all of this. But let's talk about some positives. It also, even though I feel like I have less time to socialize, it also makes me realize, and I feel like that's with anyone that gets really busy with their careers, you learn how to like manage your time, and really it makes me realize like what is really truly special to me. Because for example, last night I was like, I haven't talked to my aunt. Um, my auntie who lives in like another country than me. So I have to call her. We have to do like FaceTime to like chat. So I haven't spoken to her for like 2 weeks. And that made me really, really sad. Not that I every single week, like we do FaceTime, but every once in a while I want to. And to me, family and putting that time, setting that time aside to like talk to my family members is like the most important to me. So you really learn to prioritize. And no matter how busy I was, I'd rather make less, list less, post less videos, and still be able to talk to my aunt. Because I think like having such a busy schedule, it basically forces you to time manage better and then also know like what is really important to you. So I know like that is what's really important to me, to like talk to my family members, and that's what I'm going to put first. So, in a sense, I think it's a really big pro that if I wasn't really busy and I didn't work at all, I think I might just go by my days and not feel like maybe I won't even be that guilty if I didn't talk to her for like a month, you know? And now I feel like I barely have time for anything or anyone. It really makes me focus, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I really need to lock in on my like relationships that I really care about." So I think it forces me to focus on what's necessary. And it makes the time that I spend with friends even more special than before, because I feel like if I could just see them anytime or I see them often, maybe I won't appreciate it as much. So now I like, if anything, having less time overall. And when I do go out to socialize, I appreciate it even more and I put more into the conversations than before. So strangely, there's negatives to working like crazy, and then there's also lots of positives. And of course, financially, I feel much better now, even though I'm working like crazy and I have less time overall to myself to go on vacations. and to just like spend the money, even though I have less time to do this, I feel better about it. And this is different for everyone because I was chatting with a friend and we're very different. Like some of my friends, they love to work, but they will never work like even 2 jobs, let alone what I'm doing, like 4 jobs, because everyone likes money and everyone can say like, "Oh, more money the better. Who wouldn't mind winning the lottery and all that?" But if you really were put in a spot to be like, "Okay, I need you to trade like you only have 24 hours a day. I need you to spend 16 hours a day like working to get to this point." A lot of people actually wouldn't do it. And a lot of my friends, I know they can take up a second job or a third job or do exactly what I'm doing, but they choose not to because they like their peace, they like their energy, they like more socializing, or they want to spend more time with their dogs or their friends or their loved ones or maybe dating. So I think everyone's different and I respect that. I think what works for me, once again, may not work for someone else. And that's totally makes sense. I don't think everyone should be working crazy like me. Um, and even if I have kids in the future, I don't expect my kids in the future to do exactly this. Because if anything, I think I'm also curious, like how far I can take it. And that's why I did it. Like I didn't need a fourth job, but I kind of said yes to it to like, well, one, it was kind of like a favor to a friend. And then two, it's more of I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's just test it out. Let's just see how far I could take it because I already felt crazy busy. Like my plate was already full at 3 jobs. I'm like, let's just do a fourth job. Let's just see where things can go. And really challenge myself and see how, like, if I can still perform well in all perspectives, in all these different categories. And it turns out it is possible. I mean, I will say I've really slacked in some components. So, for example, social media, right? The aspect where I say it's technically still a gig because I'm getting paid, but not really because I see it as a hobby. Like, even if I don't get paid, I'd still probably be doing it. Um, in that sense, I used to respond to emails. Now I pretty much don't look at emails at all. Um, I feel bad about it because I'm like, oh, I should respond back to like some companies. And I was doing sponsorships before. Like 5 months ago, I would respond to a lot more sponsorships and a lot more, like PR items, people sending me stuff, and getting free stuff is not bad. And I'm possibly getting paid for making videos. I just am not even looking at that because that to me is like on the bottom of the list. Like I have my priorities, even in my jobs and my social life. And then in priorities of like finances, I just put like social media, PR stuff at the bottom. That may be wrong though. I may come to regret that because it is my goal to also grow on social media, which financially is also going to be a great thing to do for yourself. And I'm just like not putting the focus on that. So pretty much email wise, I am being terrible. I am slacking on the emails, barely responding to any emails whatsoever. And it's just coming in so quick. There's just so much. I probably need to learn how to manage that better or hire someone, but I am not responding to emails like pretty much whatsoever. So not doing enough sponsorships and PR for that. And also in all the different platforms, like in the last 5 months, and I was surprised that I was working so hard, but somehow my TikTok in the last 5 months really blew up more. And I'm at like 90,000 followers all of a sudden. I had like before 5 months ago was definitely under like 48,000. So social media wise really blew up. And then YouTube, the Living with Luci channel, my main one, we're at 50,000. So also thank you guys if you support me here and on my main channel. But or I actually need more views here than the other one. So thank you if you watch my videos to the end. I need those hours. But yeah, it's crazy to see like social media can still grow even though I'm working like jig- jiggling all these different hats. Um, yeah. Is it called jiggling or something else? I'm probably getting the word wrong. Where the clown throws the things, the 3 balls. So I am not like I'm doing better on social media, surprisingly, even though I'm working this hard, but because I still been pushing for about 10 to 13, 14, 15 sometimes videos a day. I post that much. like of short videos, gaming videos, nonstop, because I've decided to follow with a niche, and I've done that like for over a year now, where I just follow the niche. I see that YouTube and TikTok is trying to push me for some unknown reason, my gaming content. So I just keep giving them what they want. I keep giving the algorithm what it wants. It keeps pushing me up, mainly for my game content, not so much for my lip sync, not so much for food, not so much for makeup videos or finance, just games. So I just keep making those. And I do like 10 to 15 a day. I post it. Like that is done no matter what, because I personally am passionate about it. And I see it if it does do really, really well. And then technically, I don't, that could just be like my one and only career. Like I really wouldn't mind that if making videos made me a full out alone making videos made me like, I don't know, $300,000 a year or something, or even $100,000 a year. I could really just be like, take a break and not do anything for a whole year and maybe go travel and do that. So to me, it's like that is the ultimate goal. So I will feed to that the most. But then PR and all that, I feel like I could always go back to it. Like, let's say I don't have, like, it's not like I have millions of followers, but let's say if I had like a million followers or a lot more, and it financially makes more sense for me to hire someone to then to take care of the emails, or for me to put more time into responding back to emails and therefore grow my channel or my platforms bigger, then I will do it. So it's a like step by step thing, but I'm happy that it's growing. Um, but interesting enough, TikTok, even though I have over 90,000 and growing followers right now, and YouTube, I have over 50,000. TikTok pretty much, it makes me barely any money. Like I don't even check it because I'm like, that is not like anything. It's like pennies on the dime, because you have to make I think over a minute long video in order to get paid, but most of my videos I purposely make it under 60 seconds just because that is what the algorithm wants. Although maybe there's things I don't understand. Yesterday, even though I don't really respond to email, sometimes I'll look at my platforms and they'll pop up something like, "Oh, do you want to join this program?" So on TikTok, there was this program of like, you can sign up for it. And then they say like, if you do get accepted, I think it's called Music Creators Network or something, then you do get paid up to a certain amount for, I guess, maybe having video music, certain music in my videos. I don't fully understand it, but at the moment, if I see something in the app or an email that totally makes sense, and if it's really quick for me to respond to, I still will do that. But it's like once in a blue moon if I happen to see it. So I did that yesterday. Hopefully it goes well. And that'll be like an extra paycheck just for making 10 to 15 videos that I'm already doing right now. So there's that. And what else? Oh, and because I'm doing 5 things, like I said, certain things are just gonna not do as well. I was pretty much listing every single day on eBay and on other platforms for my sales, e-commerce sales. And I've been really bad to the point where like I've gone a whole week without listing anything. And I'm saying this right now and I'm hearing it. So I'm trying to correct myself as well. I have to stop doing that, because at the end of the day, even though I have my own Whatnot, if you look down in the description below, use my link for Whatnot, Always Be Selling, which I have sold on. We have almost 1,000 followers. And I've sold many items on 5 stars rating, which I'm happy about. And I have my Living with Luci account, which I did not sell anything on. I plan on doing that later. I usually spend my time 5 days a week on Hcostperformance, which is I'm an employee for, right? Like I work there as a host. So, and doing that, at the end of the day, it's still not my company. So I do feel like I need to pick it up a notch in terms of my personal e-commerce sales, because that's all mine. So like I need to do better on what is my piece of the pie, more of my piece of the pie. But I am a very responsible worker. So like if I'm gonna do work for you, I give it my all. Right. So I'm gonna give it my all regardless when I'm working for someone else. But I do need to pick up the slack, because I feel like I'm just so drained every day. Like it's crazy because my friends would meet me and would go out for like dinners and stuff, and they'd be like, "How do you have this much energy when you've just spoken for like 8 hours or 4 hours doing a live show?" And I'm like, I honestly don't know. I think it's the adrenaline. Like once the camera goes on, I'm just live, live, live. But once the camera goes off, sometimes I just like I whisper like this. Like that's how I talk to my SO, because I don't have the energy to talk and I don't want to waste my I still will spend the time to like call my mom and dad and like again talk to my friends and family. But again, I also have to end up calling my friends less. Still call my mom and dad just as much, to be honest. I love them so much. Love my friends, but they don't need me to call them every single day. But recently I had a chat with one of my really close girlfriends because she used to call me a lot more and then she called me less. So I called her back and I'm like, hello, I'm still here. And she's like, but you're so busy all the time. I'm like, I know, but if you need a rant to someone, you can always text me or let me know that something's going on because I still want to be there for you, even if I'm not able to pick up a call during a live stream. My parents were telling me this too. They're like, oh, we don't like know when to call you because you're always doing streams. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Let's say there's an emergency and I'm doing a 4-hour, 8-hour stream. You could call me once, I don't pick up, twice, I don't pick up, but the third time I'll know that like something's up or like text me or whatever. So yeah, it kind of sucks because I feel like people are just like, oh, she's so busy all the time. And like, they don't want to like confide in me anymore. And I'm like, no, I still want to be a good friend. I'm still a good friend. So it's okay. I'll put in the effort more on my end. So even if they don't know when I'm free, I just have to put in more effort to like call them and initiate the FaceTime calls and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, and like I think working so hard, you just realize like money is just money. It doesn't talk to you, it doesn't love you, it won't be there for you. And don't get me wrong, I still like work like 6 figures to me is like here. I want to get to like here, here, here. Um, so I don't even feel like I feel grateful for what I have. And it is enough. I'm still chasing for more. I'm still chasing for more. But regardless of feeling like I have enough right now and like I have it better than I understand most people and what I thought I could get to, I still want to chase more. But even if I had less than what I have now, like let's say I cut the 4 jobs to 2 jobs or 1 job, I will not like it doesn't I've learned that it doesn't really change that much about my life because everything there's a gain and a loss, right? Like there's an opportunity cost. So, yeah, if I cut the jobs, I'll make a little less money maybe, but I will gain in so many other things. Like all of a sudden, let's say if I'm doing only 1 job out of the 4 jobs, I'll have less money for sure, but I'll have more time. I'll have more time to talk to people. I'll have more time for myself, like not just socializing, but for me and for my man and I. And in the future, if I were to have kids, I need more time. So there's really not a like money can only take you so far. And only you know yourself like how happy it actually makes you. Like which is funny because like all of a sudden I feel like I'm making more and I feel like it's reaching my goals quicker because I have like these numbers in my mind of like how much savings I want, um, in each bank account, blah, 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 and how much of a cushion I need before even planning to have a kid, all that stuff. So I am like reaching my goals through all this crazy stuff that I'm doing, all this work. So no regrets, trading my energy for money is what I call it. All jobs in life. I no regrets. I'll do it because it's gonna make me feel more comfortable in the future is how I feel like. Like doing all of this is so I can relax more in the future. And then taking the money that I earn, invest it, which is what I've always done, is gonna make me feel happier about again my choices today so that I can relax more into the future. But at the same time, I have to still get enough sleep. Like I know I could work even more if I slept only 5 hours a day, but I really can't. Like personally, if I don't get 8 to 9 to 10 hours a day, even sleeping 10 hours a day, like I pretty much slept 9 to 10 hours today, I still feel tired. I still actually feel tired. Which is weird. I feel more energetic when I put on makeup and stuff and like all that. It's kind of like a mask that works. But I'm still really, really tired. So I know I could sleep 5 hours and be more like a zombie and super tired, but I'll make more because I can have more time doing the listings and answering PR, trading. But I'd rather not. Because then there's the other component of like, okay, yeah, you can make like $1 million a year. But then like I might be selling my health out so much that that'll be to the point of no amount of money can fix me maybe when I'm like 10 years down the line. So it's a really like a scale teeter-totters very quickly. And the fine line between work-life balance, making money, how much is enough, your health, only you know what works for you. And I have tested my limits. I think I've learned what works for me. And even though I'm doing the maximum right now, I'm not going to add another thing to my plate. This is it. At one point, I was thinking, hey, like, let's do another thing. And now I've completely given up. I'm not going to add another, I'm not going to add a fifth gig to this madness. I'm just going to do the 4 gigs. And if anything, I got to cut down on the gigs. Yeah. But at this current moment in time, not adding another gig, but I just said it earlier. I feel like I'm not doing enough work on my own e-commerce, so I'm gonna focus on that. So that's my game plan. Like focusing more on my e-commerce, which means spending a little more energy. And it's not like I don't live at all. I still managed to somehow finish an entire K-pop, not K-pop. I watch K-pop videos for energy, and also I like the music, but I finished an entire K-drama in like 3 days. So that took away some sleep, some listings that I could have done, and some videos I could have posted. So it's like when I live my life, I lose out on making money, but whatever. I still do those things. So maybe I just have to do a little bit less of that Netflix and a little more on my own e-commerce stuff, which is going to be down the line way better for me because that's all mine. So yeah, completely drained after about 5 months. And it's bittersweet because as much as I feel like happiness is your own choosing, like what makes you happy at the end of the day is truly yours. Like no one can actually know what makes you happy. Only you know what makes you happy. So things like having a big house and a nice car and making 6 figures, those are technically things that just what society thinks is good. So as much as societal wise, I feel like people have more respect for you or people think you're doing good because you're making so and so amount of money or you're a big boss, you're a CEO and all that. That to me is not like at the end of the day real. Like none of that is real. I get that it has the appeal like buying a expensive purse and when you walk out, you know that other people may want your purse. Like that's the same thing as you making a certain amount of money in your head or living in a certain type of house and in your head you're like, oh, that's what other people want, so therefore I should be happy because I have what other people have. But that to me is like more of secondary happiness. That's like people all want that because they think everyone wants that, but then the first tier happiness to me is still like, am I able to wake up when I want to wake up? Am I warm? Am I eating what I like to eat? Am I truly happy with those that are around me? Like, is my mind at peace? Like, these are the things that actually makes me truly, truly happy. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm maxing my energy. I'm making the dough that I always thought I wanted. And it's funny because my parents are happy. Like, my parents are like, oh, just you're working too, like, it's very hilarious. They're like, you're working too hard. Don't work that much. But at the same time, I could tell, like, they're like proud of me. Like, because I think they also never really believed that I could ever earn, let's say, more than someone who did their PhD, right? My parents don't really think I'm an academic. I don't think I'm an academic either, but I could see like they're really proud of me. But to me, it's like, again, I'm just going to do at the end of the day what makes me happy. And if one day, even if every single year I'm only making like $50,000 a year, but I have what's enough and I'm happy doing what I want to do every day. Let's say if I'm just making videos and I'm making 50 grand a year, but I'm eating what I like and enjoying what I'm enjoying, I think that's enough. So anyways, just a little chat I wanted to have on here. Maybe my mindset will change later on. I don't know. But so far, I'm thankful for everything I have. And I think it's like an experiment. I think everything that I experience in life, I see it as like a test experiment to like learn from it, compare from my past, reflect, and then decide what's worth it. And at least I guess maxing out my energy now, I know what it's like. Like I've just been curious, like how much can I really do? How much can my mind and my body actually take? And I've reached my limits. So this is it. This is it. Cannot do another one. I love to be superhuman, but I'm not. So I cannot do another thing. I can only alter the current 4 gigs that I'm doing and then maybe take away time from one and then move it to another. Still try to maximize on my profits. But then also at the same time, I have to get enough sleep. I have to get enough rest. And I also want to be traveling more, which is going to be a headache because I want to travel more. I don't want to travel that much. I think a lot of people see success as seeing someone traveling everywhere. But to be honest, I know what makes me happy. And I do not want to travel 5 places in a year, even if I was like a multi-billionaire. I don't want to go to 5 different countries in a whole year because to me, that sounds really tiring. Maybe 1 or 2, right? So everyone's different, but I do want to travel, just not that much. But then when I travel, I know it's going to take away from all it is that I'm doing. And that's just the balance of life. So thank you if you watch this. Again, this is my second channel. If you want to check out my main channel and support me over there, we have 50,000 subscribers finally. And my TikTok links all down, always everything that I am on, all the different platforms in the description below for this YouTube channel and the other one. And I'm on Instagram. Take care, guys. Thank you. And yeah, check out the other playlist. I'll try to upload more videos. That is also something I am slacking on. I literally have like probably over 100 hours of content I have not loaded, but it's just in my phone. Bye, guys. Take